This is the Beef Podcast, presented by Beefy Marketing.
Oh yeah, welcome back everybody to another episode of the Beef Podcast. I'm your host as always, John Kelly, aka John the Marketer on Instagram. Make sure you're following us over there. We are really trying to get more active on social media and get some of this stuff out, maybe some behind the scenes of this beautiful studio we're in here today. But most importantly, joining me in the studio, I have Sam and Sharon with Kids Anthem here in Tomball, Texas. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm so glad to talk to y'all. Kind of glad and kind of not glad because my wife is a boutique-aholic. So she's always looking for a new boutique to go spend money in. So this may be a bad show for me, one that I don't want her to see because I'm sure that she will be a customer shortly. But I do know I need to bring my 7-year-old daughter in and just have like a kids makeover day with y'all.
We would love to have her.
Yeah, just come in, get some social and stuff behind the scenes and just kind of do like a little makeover thing with her. That'd be fun.
Yeah, she'd have so much fun in her. 7 is like the prime age for a child.
And she is the typical girly girl. Yeah. So it's so funny because she's actually like a good mix. She's a girly girl that wants all the dresses, clothes, shoes. Since she was probably 2 years old, she would stand on my lap at the mall when I'm waiting on my wife to shop and stare at all the shoes that were right behind me. You know, she was just like addicted already. But then she'll go pick up frogs and toads and bugs and all the stuff and try to save centipedes' lives and carry them in her hands and cry because we won't let her bring them back to the house. I'm like, you don't know if you want to be a tomboy or a girly girl.
Yeah. I have one just like that. Like some days she can just look like she's just all dolled up and ready to go. Take a picture of her. And some days I'm like, okay, sis, where are we going? Where are we going with this outfit?
It's such an interesting age.
That. Yeah.
It's a cool age, you know, seeing them grow into their personality and, you know, luckily they can be whatever they want to be. So I'm just here to be a part of it.
Yeah. And we like to clothe all of those things. Like for every adventure that goes on, we always say that. Like we like to clothe the children for all their everyday adventures.
Heck yeah.
Like it could be going to, you know, father-daughter dance, or it could be going to pick up some frogs.
Yep.
You're right. Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Well, we always start off with an icebreaker question here. Okay. So today I had a really special event that happened a couple of days ago. So this one it sticks out to me. What is the one electronic device in your life you could not live without?
My cell phone.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
It's sad, but 100%.
Yeah. With a camera on it. I have to have that camera app on my phone.
And I knew that was going to be the answer. And that's why I asked it because, you know, I've been living the past 2 days with nothing but my MacBook because my iPhone is in the bottom of a creek because we went kayaking a couple days ago. Oh, no. And I'm not an experienced kayaker. So I may have hit a shallow spot and capsized, and then off went my cell phone. And I didn't even realize it. So I ran to grab like all the stuff that had fallen off that I needed to grab. And then I turned around and I was like, okay, I got everything. And then I reached in my pockets and I was like, but my phone. And we searched that creek for like probably 20, 30 minutes trying to find it. And I feel like I'm naked without it.
It's so hard.
It is.
Like life happens on my cell phone.
Yep. Well, especially being an entrepreneur, you know, it's hard because, I run a business. I'm an entrepreneur, and then I work full time at the fire department. And then I also work here at Beefy as a marketing advisor. And it's like, I have clients calling. I have, you know, meetings that I need to attend that I need on my calendar. And I've got possible new clients calling for the company and just all kinds of stuff going on.
That's hard.
It is.
Hopefully you have a new one like that pretty quick.
At some point in time, the insurance was supposed to send me a new one. But, you know, like you said, it is like, I hate to admit it, but I think I'm totally addicted.
Oh, life. Yeah, I have to.
Our kids are addicted now.
Oh, absolutely.
They started at the age of 2. So mine are always running around with a iPad and then they steal my phone. Hey, where's my phone? Oh, sorry, Mom, I have it in bed. I'm like, no, give it back.
This is my phone now.
Yeah. And they know how to work it better than we do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's scary.
Yeah. They're not afraid to break it. I'm afraid sometimes like push the wrong button or open the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
They know.
No, I'm with you. I mean, electronic devices altogether are important, I think, in everything that we do. But if I had to go without a computer, I think my phone could substitute.
Absolutely.
You know, and like you said, if I had to go without a camera, I think my phone could substitute. I mean, the cameras are getting really nice on all these devices. So you're 100% right.
Yeah.
And that's why I figured the conversation was going to go on that one. But the whole reason we're here, let's hop into who Sharon is, who Sam is, what y'all do at Kids Anthem, why you do it, and how y'all got into entrepreneurship and working at Kids Anthem and all that stuff.
Okay. So yeah, I'm Sharon. I'm the owner of Kids Anthem. This was just a crazy, wild idea I didn't even know that I had. I've been in entrepreneurship for a couple times before owning the children's boutique. And even before that, I've always just loved kids. I was a teacher. I taught kindergarten for 6 years. And then my first child came along and had all the daycare things that needed to happen. And I had my second child, and I thought that it would be probably best for me to stay at home. The salary of a teacher or the salary of going to school, it just kind of didn't balance out right. Had a little girl, and I knew that there was this world of clothing out there that I needed. I needed my child to have all these things. Kind of took another year or two for me to start that, but I had a party business. So I did that entrepreneur. That was a hot mess, but it was fun. It was so many nights of me just making things, selling on Etsy before Etsy was even a big deal. I was like one of the first shops on Etsy that I was out there. I mean, I was up 3-4 o'clock in the morning just making party decorations for all sorts of events. And it was so much fun because I'm really crafty. I love things like that. But realized profit loss, that just wasn't working out for me. Met a lady who asked me to be in her store. So I did that for a little bit. And then I moved along from that friendship, met somebody else who was opening up a boutique and wanted me to do her children's section in her boutique. Did that for 4 years. And that was so much fun. But there was a lot of things that were being sold in that store. And then my daughter went to kindergarten. And my husband was like, okay, you're going to do this on your own now. And I was like, I don't think I can. I'm not sure. But I did, figure it all out. So I opened up Kids Anthem and shortly met Sam. And she's kept me on track, keeps me in line, and we're still rolling.
We all need that person.
Yeah.
Especially I see that dynamic here, all of us that are in the office all the time, we all have our role, and so we have our job that we do, sure. But then in the social dynamic of Beefy Marketing, we have our role too. It's Andrew is this guy that has the dreams, and then it's we're the ones, all of us, that kind of collectively say, that's terrible. It's not going to work. Let's not do it. Or, this does sound like a good idea. Let's move forward with it. Or, of course, sometimes he's like, well, we're doing it, so let's do it, But we all just kind of have that, hey, we're here to be that sounding board where you can bounce things off of us and then, of course, split up and kind of get the job done. So that's cool that you've got somebody that's like that. So tell us all about you and how you kind of fit in.
Okay, so I'm Sam. Sharon has, here I am being a manager, even though so I did college volleyball at Houston Baptist University, then graduated, went straight into being a train master at BNSF Railway. That was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wanted to get home to the family. Then I started doing oil and gas, and that's where I met my husband. And we had 2 kids, and after my second kid, we needed to slow down a bit. So decided to be a stay-at-home mom. That lasted 10 months, and I was going crazy. And I said, there's no other harder job than being a stay-at-home mom. People don't give them enough credit. So that life wasn't for me. And I said, hey, I got to go back to work. I got to do something. And he was very supportive and said, well, why don't you just go back part-time? Okay. So he updated my resume, which needed some dusting off. And I reached out to Kids Anthem and Sharon, and she interviewed me and was like, I guess later told me at the back of her head, what is this girl doing here?
I was like, oh, we can't hire her. She's got so much experience. I can't afford her. I don't know how this is going to work out.
And it took two or 3 weeks for her to actually call me back and say, okay, we'll take you on. I'm like, yes, because at first I was like, oh no, she doesn't want me. And so, it's August would be 4 years that I have been with Kids Anthem. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we're trucking along and keep going. And my husband's like, any day you want to quit now and be a stay-at-home wife? I'm like, no way. Therapy costs way too much for us. And this is my therapy to get away and be an adult, have the adult conversations, and feeling important in my life. And Sharon has definitely helped me to fulfill that void that I was missing of, not having adult interaction. It was only kids. And again, it's very special to me that she took me on, and we've made a great team and hired some great people that have joined our team as well. So it's been great.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know the whole childcare thing is something that even my wife and I have spoken about. And, fortunately and unfortunately, she makes too much money to be able to say, it's definitely not worth it. But you're right, man, with childcare. And we had 3 kids. And so we had 2 at one point for the last probably 5 or 6 years that could be in daycare. Mm-hmm. My oldest obviously got out quicker, but my younger 2, it was like, God, this is $400 a week in daycare for 2 kids. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of money for somebody.
So quick.
Absolutely.
It does.
And so, it's definitely a conversation we have. And I feel the same way. I don't think she'd be able to survive at home all the time either, just because we all want to get out and go do something. I mean, that's why we're a dual income household, because she doesn't want to just be at home and clean and cook and take care of the kids, and that's all of her life. Which
is a hard job.
It is.
Let's not underestimate how hard that is. So hard.
I've often joked, even a couple episodes ago, about how I'd love to be a stay-at-home mom, And I was like, but the caveat is, I didn't say working at home. And we were joking, like, that's what the maid is for. And that's what,
that's right.
But we don't make enough money to hire a maid. Therefore, I'm not staying home to do all the work. We split it. Yeah. So,
well, it works out so good because, her kids are little. Mine, when I started, mine were little. Like I said, Lauren was just a little 1-year-old and she's 12 now. So Sam is able to kind of bring, I knew I wanted to help moms. This was my main mission. Our entire goal of the store was to help moms. It is a hard job. I wanted to make a place where you could go and you could get their outfit for whatever you had going on, whatever adventure they had planned. If it was something big, something little, a birthday present that's already wrapped. Something just to help a mom out that they could walk into the store, get what they need real quickly and leave. And Sam has kids that are little. And so she's able to kind of bring me back into, I know what I did whenever I was there, but what's going on now in 2022. And so we're able to balance that really well.
That's a fair point. Yeah, that's a great to have that fresh perspective of today's mom, because so much has changed in the past, just with COVID and everything else. We've seen an explosion of entrepreneurs. We've seen an explosion of stay-at-home parents and people realizing, hey, I can work from home, even as an entrepreneur from home, and a lot of services that I can provide. And it's definitely a changing world. So I would agree that's important. So what exactly will I find at Kids Anthem? What do y'all sell exactly?
We have clothing, toys, shoes, and a little bit of room accessories for kids. Clothing is going to fit baby, all the way from preemie for girls, it'll go up to size 14, 16, depending on the brand. So we have a tween line also for the girls. For boys, it's going to be baby to size 8.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And is this a mixture of things as far as are you still doing some crafting and homemade items as well? Or is it more of a...
So Sharon, when we have our storefront, there's glass in the front, and she's so good at making the storefront and our just crafting school buses or apples hanging. She's very good at merchandising the storefront. So I think you still use some of your crafty,
but nothing for sale is crafted.
No.
Gotcha.
It is all, it's merchandise that I source from different places. I'll go to New York, Atlanta, Dallas market and try to find just the absolute best for our kids.
It's got to be so crazy. All of these boutiques, that's kind of obviously the business model. And I can't imagine in today's world, the economy, trying to source things right now. Mm-hmm. That's got to be a crazy part of your job.
It's better than it was during COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, we would get
better now.
3-month ETA, and during COVID, it would we actually don't know.
Yeah,
we'd get that answer all the time, and it became the norm. And it was super hard for us to plan because we never got an ETA. It was just, I don't know. I'm sorry. Our ship, we don't know where the ship is, or even when we ordered brands that are US made, don't know. So it was very hard for us.
But now it's better.
It is getting
better now. It's not back to normal, but it's better.
It definitely, when we visited, it didn't look like shelves are empty or low inventory. It looks like y'all have a huge selection in there.
Yeah,
so.
we do have, and we also right now we have Carrie who's in the store who's merchandising for us, and she's doing an excellent job at that. So normally when I had the merchandising job, I knew exactly what was going to, as a buyer, I was able to plan it exactly and say, okay, this is going to be our baby moment with elephants. This is going to be our tween moment with some smiley faces. Like I knew what was going to come and I could put it together. And now sweet Carrie, like she's just like, all right, what's coming at me? I'm making it look good. This is my degree.
Yeah. So is this a place, is it for moms only? I know that's probably your target customer, but are y'all welcoming to dads as well? Or
oh yeah, dads are the best because they're clueless. So it makes like
they need the most help.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we actually get to do work.
Yeah,
and
we get to help a lot.
We just hate that we direct them everywhere. And they're okay. And they just nod their head and they're like, okay, that if long as that'll fit her. We're like, wait a minute, you said the size. He goes, yeah, I think so. So, I mean, but the dads are awesome. Even the grandmas that come in there. And then the grandpas, I'm telling you, they're the absolute best.
Right.
Because there's no budget for them.
No, they're spoiling their grandbabies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, whatever they want, that's what they're going to get. Yeah. So, and they're just so sweet being in there and easy to talk to. And they want to talk to you about their grandkids. And it's fun to listen.
Oh my God, I love when they show us pictures. Like they'll come back and they'll show us like, oh, the dress that we got last time we were in here. Look, here she is wearing it to whatever dinner we went to or the event. And that's just cool. So it's really for everybody. I mean, we started off just saying for like moms with style.
Sure.
But everybody's coming.
Yeah.
So we love that.
I mean, I think our society has definitely seen a huge shift in where it's not just when you say stay at home, it doesn't always mean stay at home mom anymore. There's stay at home dads and there's single fathers out there. Like our society has really kind of started to mix it up as far as, and not just getting into like the political stuff, but just the norms of, who is taking care of who. I mean, COVID, I think flipped us on our head and we've had to figure out some things really quick. Yeah. And so, I mean, there's a lot of times, especially like with us, my wife goes out on, trainings and conferences and stuff. And I'll have the kids for a few days or a week at a time. And it's like, hey, it's all on you. And you're right. Guilty as charged. I'm that dad. Like, I'm that dad that's going to walk in your store and you say, awesome. What size are you looking for? I'm like, hey, babe, what size do I need?
Or they'll FaceTime them and be like, okay, tell me what you want out of here. But we have a website too. And so a lot of times the moms will pre-shop on the website and say, okay, go in and pick this up. And we just have it already wrapped for the dad
That's
to pick
easy.
Up.
Yeah. Wrap it up with the receipt inside so the dad doesn't see the price and just hand it to him.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. It's funny because we get the ladies that, and even men that come in there, give us cash first and say, all right, the rest can go on their credit card. They're like,
that's a secret.
That is a secret. And then they're like, do you have any, because our bags are green. Hey, do you have a different color bag? Well, what do you mean? Oh, well, my husband keeps seeing green and he knows what that means. So
it's like the Amazon boxes piling up outside.
Hide them.
Yeah. So, but the thing is,
changed us to Amazon.
If there's a husband out there listening right now that his wife shops at Kids Anthem, we weren't talking about your wife. No. She doesn't do that. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. That's a secret.
That's right.
Yeah. So, what is my average price range that I'm looking at? If do I need to expect that I'm going to spend $100 on an outfit or $20 on an outfit, or do y'all have a variety of those things?
I think we have a good variety. I mean, you're going to start at, for a baby, you could probably get something at $30.
Okay.
And then you're looking at something very fancy. $150 would be your max.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously, I hope you wouldn't say anything different, but I'm sure it's all high quality clothing that's.
Oh, absolutely. And that's something that we really do pride ourselves on our quality checks. Every single item that comes through our store, it gets steamed, it gets tagged, it gets looked over by at least 2 sets of eyes so we don't miss anything. Like, when you order things online and they're coming in that little plastic bag, no one really looked at it because it just came straight from China. We don't do that. Like, our things are high quality. And it's going to be wrapped in our precious tissue. When you get our box, it's like a fun surprise. We want people to open it and see something great. And we don't want them to have to return it. We don't want them to have to deal with the return just as much as we don't love dealing with returns. Sure. So we want it to be perfect whenever they receive it.
Gotcha.
We also value customer feedback. If we get a new line in that we think is awesome. Hey, and we ask them, hey, will you give us feedback? This is a new line, and they love giving us feedback.
Yeah.
And we do take that into consideration with, do we carry that line again? And if we do, I don't even think of an instance we've gotten negative feedback to where we dropped a line.
Well, yeah, because I do a lot of research.
Yeah.
Right.
She goes to market and touches everything. Even looks at what it's made with. So
talk to the designers, talk to where they're having things made. There's a really cool community out there of lots of business owners, and so I'll talk to some of them too first. I mean, there's a lot of steps that go into something before it's in our store.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of toys and stuff are y'all offering there?
So, okay, that's my background. I have a degree in early childhood education. So yes, the toys normally lead towards the younger side. Kind of our tweens just get like fun gifty items, but they're all educational. Everything that I put in there, I know that children learn through play, and I want them to have. I want their parents to purchase a toy knowing that there is something behind it.
Right.
There's a reason that it was in there. It might be for a fine motor development. It might be for a social skill development. But they're all in there to help the children grow, because that's how they learn. They learn through play.
For sure.
Puzzles. You're going to see a lot of puzzles because that helps with your cognitive development.
And we just, I would say 2 or 3 years ago, started carrying a line. She's actually out of Houston, Youngwad and Friedman. She has sensory boxes, and we have, I think 2 or 3 years now, been carrying her line of products, and we've gotten great feedback on that, and we continue to carry her line, and we like supporting small business just as we hope people would support us. So
absolutely. So do y'all have like fitting rooms and stuff? Like, have y'all ever done like a kid makeover type thing before? Or
so I mean, every day they come in and they try on. We have like one little fitting room that's in the corner that it's placed in the store really well so that you can still shop and we can like help the customer. As far as the makeovers, I feel like that's every single day. Awesome. Every day kids come in, especially in the summer. We like to reward our kids. We have a report card reward program that's always every month of June. It's like right now we have a lot of kids coming in, and they'll come in and just try something new on and get a whole new outfit from head to toe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they love that. You should totally bring your daughter.
Oh, I know. I definitely will. My wife, like I said, she's looking for any excuse to go in and try new boutiques. So we'll have to do that for sure. So is this, it sounds like it's kind of a full service type deal then. So this, you can go in and if you know what you want, you can just grab it and leave. But obviously y'all kind of prefer, I guess, helping out customers.
So that is whenever we're hiring, I always say like whenever I'm training the girls, like I want you to, one, never be pushy. Like I do not ever want that in our store. I want to help somebody. Mm-hmm. So in our business, someone walks in our doors, they normally know what they're looking for, or they at least know why they came into our store. So how can we help you? And that's what we want to do. We want to help you either find that birthday present, and you might be buying it for a baby and your kids are older, so you kind of forgot what that age range is, or you might be buying an outfit, or it could just be anything. We just want to help them find what they're looking for. And if we can guide them into those ways, that's our best.
Yeah, and a lot of moms that have teens like Sharon does, they're looking for a baby gift, and there's so many new products that are coming on the market. Hey, this is new. Hey, and we direct them, and hey, look at this, this is new. And like, oh, I've never seen that, and we also don't have where people can do a registry, but we have everything that is usually on their registry. We can match it in our store, like, oh, we actually have that. So it's nice for moms, and we do gift wrapping. So it's a one-stop shop. Yeah. They don't have to take it home and wrap it. We do it there for them.
This sounds like a huge convenience for dads, because my wrapping skills are zero. So
we do get a lot of dads in the holidays, especially the holidays. Mm-hmm. Hey, can you wrap this for me? Sure. And we make it pretty for the dads and make them look like heroes.
Well, and mostly it's funny because the dads will come in and they'll go, my wife said I can get anything I want in this store. So like, we're just an approved store.
Yeah. No, that's awesome though. to have that convenience of I don't have to think about it a whole lot. I know that whatever I get is going to be good. So that helps out.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the reason why I'm such a last minute shopper. Because it's like I can't make up my mind. Like, what do I want to get? What do I want to do? And I think that would make it a lot easier.
Yeah. And just in birthday gifts, the moms or dads or even kids that come in there, we're on our way to a birthday. What do you have?
Yes.
And they know that they can come into our store, pick something out, we gift wrap it for them, and they can go on to the party. They don't have to per se stop at a big store and have to buy the wrapping paper and the gift bag to do it all. And we do it all for them.
I've definitely had those moments where we're like, all right, time to head out. We got to go a little early. Let's go to Target. And let's get a bag and some wrapping paper and this gift and kind of throw everything together. So you're right. It's a mess sometimes for sure. So do y'all change your offerings like per season?
Absolutely.
Or how does that, okay. Because I know you're always adding new stuff, but how does it really operate as far as the bulk of what you offer?
Yeah. So seasonally, definitely. I mean, everything is seasonally. However, we open. So that's like, I mean, you'll see the store turn over majorly 4-5 times a year. But then we are constantly opening boxes every single day. We can get anywhere from like 5 boxes to 25 boxes a day. And, you've got hundreds of things in these boxes. So every time you come in, you could come in. We have people come in like 3 times a week, and there's always new stuff for them to come in.
Wow. That's awesome.
And things do go on our website too. So we keep up to date with that. And
so what is the website? What's the address?
kidsanthem.com.
Easy enough.
Super easy. And, I mean, Sam's amazing. Sam's stepped up on that website and has been doing so much. So really, you could look at the website. The new tab is most hit. We see so many hits on that new tab. So you can keep up to date with everything that's being put in the store. And you can shop by categories, of course.
So can you create an account and like track all the stuff that you get, create a cart and all that stuff? Or
so you could sign up. Yep. And you could sign up for our emails and things too through the website. I love our website. I'm so proud of it right now. We've had it for a few years, and we had it, lots of people didn't have them pre-COVID. We did have ours pre-COVID.
Got it.
And, we're constantly trying to make it the best. Like right now we have a patriotic tab so that you could shop for 4th of July. And
perfect.
We'll change it for back to school. So it'll be, we have thousands and thousands of SKUs in our store, but we can itemize it so it's easier to shop for people.
That's awesome. So on the website, I guess then if I'm able to log in and kind of get everything together that I want, you said we can just do almost like a curbside pickup or to-go order. I can just walk in and get everything.
We have that tab. So we obviously ship everywhere in the U.S.
Okay, that was my next question.
So if you're local, we have a tab that click on it, in-store pickup, and you can even write a note. I need this gift wrap. We'll gift wrap it for you. And then we also have people that, I hate to use the word COVID again, but that are still in very, taking COVID very seriously still. Sure. And we just walk it out to their car when they call us. So we do curbside, but mostly a lot of in-store pickup, and we do ship a lot out daily. And we're still trying to ramp up that as well, and get that marketing going to further, keep shipping out. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to get things shipped and to be able to visit the website and buy. But if you haven't actually shopped Old Town Tomball, Main Street, it's beautiful. What is y'all's address there on Main Street?
It's 308 West Main.
Okay.
And our parking lot so we're on Main Street, and our parking lot is directly behind our store. So we have a front door entrance on Main, and we have a back door entrance in our back parking lot. Moms love that. It's just for Kids Anthem, and you can come in that back door, and it's an extra wide back door, so strollers fit really nicely.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
And that's where, we were even doing curbside. It's called curbside, but we did back door pickup before COVID because new moms, you don't want to bring your baby sometimes, or you can't, or your baby is asleep, so they can order online, and we would just set it in their car.
I feel like I've thought about everything because yes, I've been in that situation where I'm like, okay, I'm the one that's got the baby. He just fell asleep and took a nap. I guess I'm going to sit here and watch TikTok on my phone for 30 minutes because I'm not waking up that child to go in the store.
Never wake a sleeping baby. No. We get it.
Well, and that's, again, it goes back to I just want to help moms. I want to do whatever makes their life easier.
Absolutely.
Because they have a really hard job. And so I think Sharon and goal is mostly because she's been there, and what can make a mom or a dad or whoever is in charge of the kid, what makes their life easier. And it's also curating stuff for them and to make them feel good about what their kid is wearing, or have the kid feel good about what they're wearing.
Oh, absolutely.
And even when my kids are in the car, my nieces are in the car, we drive by Kids Anthem. Sam, that's your store, right? Well, it's not mine, but yes, I work there. Yep. And they just, even when the kids come in, they have so much fun because we do have toys, and we love having kids in there and families in there. You know, especially during the summer and the weekends, we get an influx of kids in there, and everybody's welcome. And we don't want anybody to feel like, oh, my kid is crazy. No, bring him in. He'll have fun. Yeah, it's a cleanup for us, but that's what we're there for. And we want everybody to feel welcome.
Yeah. I mean, that's good because it is sometimes, you know, when your kid's in that mood and you're like, I mean, there's been times we walk out of Kohl's and it's like we're carrying this kid by his leg and his arm and he's screaming and thrashing and throwing a fit. And then you have people looking at you and you're like, I know you're staring at me because of this kid. And it's like, I'm not abusing him and I'm not kidnapping him. Yeah. He's just being a kid right now. You know,
we have that daily and we get it. I mean, we get it.
As parents, we understand. Right. We know. But then you get the, you know, younger crowd, the single people or the people who've never had kids before. And I think obviously they're going to be a little judgy, and not all of them are, you know, I'm probably being judgmental thinking that they're looking at me like that. But meanwhile, I'd be that parent that's looking and is like, been there, bro. Glad it's you today and not me, you know.
That's what I always say, as long as it's you and not me.
No, we love all of them. They all get to come in, and we hire a lot of high school and young college girls too. And so they are just, it's so fun to sit back and watch and see them interact with the children, like, because they love them. We love the kids when they come in this store. Yeah. So I know moms sometimes want to shop without their kids. I get that too. Whenever mine were little, it was different, but we welcome them. We do like to have them.
Yeah. So I know when we visited your store, we met some of your staff, and you're right. They were so sweet, very nice. So I think we would be doing a disservice if we didn't like shout them out real quick on the podcast. And because I know y'all appreciate them. You've already said that. And of course it is those frontline people that are not behind the scenes, but actually out there representing our companies that mean so much. So yeah, if you just tell us about your staff real quick, who you got?
We've had Grace, the longest. She is a senior at Tomball Memorial, and she's, I think, the sweetest girl on the planet Earth. Then who's after Grace? Oh, we have Kate. She's going to be a junior at Concordia High School. She runs track. Very, very sweet, great family. Then we have after Carrie, and she is a single mom. She is a manager, and she has totally transformed our store to be something even better than she found it. So she's been awesome to have on our team. And then the last one we just hired was Allie, and she is a freshman or sophomore
she's going to be a sophomore.
Sophomore at Tomball Community College, and dang it, she's a good find. She's awesome. She's great with customers too. All of them are.
Just lost Kyler.
Kyler just she's going to University of Arkansas, and she was amazing to have too. We're sad to have her go, but
fun to hire them. Like, we normally love to get a good sophomore in, and then we have them until they're seniors for some of our sales associates. And we get to see them grow too.
That's the cool part. I think HTO has a similar mindset here in Tomball, where they like to hire young kids and know that, hey, we're not a forever place. You're not going to retire here. You're learning some great lessons here. And if you do wind up moving up, and eventually, you know, at HTO, at least, it's like eventually they'll prep you to be a manager, or they'll prep you to be a franchise owner one day if that's what you want to do. Like, they're supportive of that. It's cool to have that hand, especially with you with a teaching background. It's kind of like probably a throwback for you of, now I get to teach an older kid how to, you know, actually be productive in real life, you know, adulthood, even though they're still kind of children in a way.
So. And we're such a good team, and it's fun watching them in our store and like, oh wow, I don't want to be a mom. Those kids are crazy. Or, oh my God, I love kids so much, you know, and it's just fun watching them interact and grow, and have responsibility. Yeah. And it's awesome. They even teach us a lot with electronics. Like, oh, Sam, Sharon, you guys are old. Well, hey, listen, we don't need to be reminded of that. But they even teach us a lot. So it's fun. We all, from age 16 to us, we all get along so well, and it's fun to be with those girls and
like
not
even Kyler. She ended up opening up her own online women's boutique, and that was so cool to watch her do that because all the things that she learned here at Kids Anthem, and I was extremely impressed every single day with all of the things that she would do.
Yeah, we run into that, of course. In the fire service, we can't hire 16-year-olds, but we do run into the younger generation of people catching a bad rap. It's not hard. You can look and find Gen Z jokes everywhere about how poorly they perform in the workplace, but not all of them.
Not all.
And that's a big push in the fire service right now, is to mentor those people, because not all of them are going to work out, and sometimes you may have to let them go. But at the same time, some of the best employees you'll find will be those young people, especially when they're still impressionable and learning from you.
Give them a chance.
And you train them and teach them the right way and mentor them. And then they become the best employee you have, and you're sad to see them leave when they graduate. So that's cool that y'all are doing that. I like that a lot. Lots of reasons to come support y'all, of course. I think we've covered plenty of those topics on the show today. But how can we support you? Are y'all on social media? So can we like and follow and share and do that kind of stuff for you?
Love you to. Yeah, definitely. So we're on social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is our main source.
Okay.
Like I said, we originally started and we were like with young moms. And so Instagram is kind of the platform for that one.
Sure.
Yes, definitely. Kidsanthem.com is our website, and you can also come visit us. So
we do a lot of events too. So it's fun to have families come in for all of our events.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Santa in the store at Christmas.
Surely y'all are publishing those on the website, right? The events. Okay. So we can just go to an events tab there and kind of see what you go. So Santa, what other events have y'all had?
We do pictures with the Easter bunny. It's live bunnies or live chicks, depending on the year.
That's cool.
We have a really cool business that it's called Stamped in Clay, and she does little hand impressions for your children, because when they're little bitty, their handprints are so cute. We have
Tomball nights.
Yeah, we have our Tomball nights. Let's see. We just had like a hair braid bar for kiddos, so like the tweens could come in and get their hair braided. We like to just keep like fun holiday events. We've done costume pictures in the store. I'm really big on pictures because, like I said before, my kids are a little bit older, and I cherish every single stage of their life.
Yep.
Yet I didn't want to pay the $1,000 fee for a photographer to get pictures of my kids. So we like to do every single year. We'll have at least 4 opportunities for photos in the store.
Yeah, we do a mixture because I'm a photographer as well. So sometimes
you're a jack of all trades. Oh
I do so much.
That's awesome.
Sometimes I'll do pictures if it's just of the kids, and then about once a year at least we cough up the $550 for a 30-minute session for like 20 pictures. She's an excellent photographer. I love her to death. She's great. She's always done our family photos, but it's expensive. You're right.
It is. Yeah.
But it's so important. And it doesn't have to be professional photos, but you need to do something and take pictures, because eventually you're not going to be here as a parent, or sadly, I don't even want to talk about it, but other things can happen and you can lose people in your family, and you're going to wish you had those photos.
Yeah.
And we use a local photographer too. And she's small business out of Tomball too. So she helps us, we help her, and we have a great relationship with our photographer as well.
Yeah. And at Christmas, we make it real special. We call it our Santa experience. So it's not like you're just walking in line and taking a picture with Santa. Like, you get to write a letter to Santa, you get a cookie, you have a craft.
That's so cool.
And you have a time slot that you show up. So it's not like your kids are waiting in line watching.
Yes.
And they're all by themselves. Like, it's at the exterior of our store. And so it's a very calm with like Christmas music and the smells, and like we just love the experience for them.
So are these paid events as a parent you pay?
Yep.
What I know, obviously everything's going to be different depending on what is offered, but how much are we looking at just about to participate?
So I'd say
for photos, that's a paid event, but everything else that that's the only paid event that I would say
photos are going to be like 1 to 150 depending on what the photographer offers at that session.
Right. Like you said, it's a mini session. So I assume you get like a 15-minute time slot or so.
10 minutes.
Yep. There you go.
And they get to shop around or do crafts with their kids. And we like to make it not just an in and out experience have fun. And I mean, I bring my nieces in with my kids to have their Santa pictures together. And this is year 4 or 5 they're going to be doing it, and it's their highlight of the year. They love doing it. So and then it's also, knock on wood, they still believe in Santa right now, so hey, listen. But it's a highlight for them, and we hope that it's a highlight for other customers of ours too.
And Easter, they love like the baby chicks or the bunnies. Like that's real cute.
Oh, I know. My daughter Caitlin, she would be all over it. 100%. Yeah.
And we do like model sessions. So like we'll do photos with models wearing the clothes for those events because obviously we're that's an event for the photographers. Like we do. Sure. We love to see the children come in wearing our clothing for those pictures. Yeah. We do the buying knowing what the background's going to look like. So we hope that that's kind of helps us in that way too.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything that you want to just get across, a reason why they need to come see, anything like that? Anything else that we can get out there for our listeners on the show today?
I mean, I know that there's lots of places that you can shop for your children. And I want everyone to shop where's best for their child. I mean, I know that we're not the store for everybody, but if we are the store for them, take a peek at our website, maybe come in and see us and say hi. We'd love for you to give us a chance.
Well, and you're not going to know if you're the store for them if they don't come visit. So, I think it's not hard to come in and spend, a few bucks on something.
Yeah.
And just check out the experience and what y'all have to offer and see if it's a good place to start.
Yeah. We would love to have you.
Awesome.
And it's fun to walk around Tomball, and if you stop in our store, great. But if not, there's so many other amazing boutiques, bakeries, restaurants in downtown Tomball.
Yes.
Come visit.
It's a really cool town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're listening from anywhere, we have listeners across the U.S. and across the world. Tomball is a destination for sure. Like this isn't just somewhere that if you're local, it's a cool stop to come into. It's somewhere where people fly from Germany every year for our German festival. Yeah. And it's worth a visit. This is definitely a cool place. And shops like y'all's make it that cool place. So
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We love being there.
Thank y'all for coming on the show today. And thank y'all for sharing your stories and talking about your company. I know it's a nerve-wracking thing, and I know it takes a lot of courage to come out and do this. So we can't appreciate you enough. And listeners, of course, like I ask you every single week, of course, make sure you're tuning in to support another small business. But when you hear these businesses and they tell their story, please go to their shop, go to their websites, go to their social media. You don't even have to spend money to support these places. You can just follow, and share their content, and that helps them tremendously. The Beef Podcast, we're all about supporting small business. So thank you for tuning in to another episode. Thank you for supporting yet another entrepreneur and business owner here. Stay beefy, my friends.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. So fun.
You've been listening to The Beef. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like, rate, and review. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information that you can use. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, follow us on social media. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Beefy Marketing. Would you like your business featured on The Beef? Know a business that should be featured? Visit beefymarketing.com/thebeef. Remember, branding is about a connection with you and your people. Till next time, thanks for listening to The Beef.